Good evening. Call the City Council to order. Tuesday, November 17th, 2015. Councilor Bezal, would you lead us in the salute to the flag, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
President Hay.
Here.
Councilor Bean.
Present.
Councilor Boishman.
Present.
Councilor Bezal.
Present.
Councilor Clark.
Here.
Councilor Di Natale.
Here.
Councilor Green. Present. Councilor Joseph.
Here.
Councilor Caddy. Councilor Kushmarek.
Present.
Councilor Tran.
Here.
We now have the public forum. Anybody wishing to speak on any matter on the agenda may do so for not more than 2 minutes. If you're addressing a public hearing petition, you'll have an opportunity to speak at that time. Please approach the Senate table and identify yourself by name and address for the record and the item number on the agenda you are addressing. Does anyone wish to speak?
I was missing something.
Hearing none, we'll move on to the report of the Committee on Records. Councilor Green.
Yes, I'm happy to report that the minutes from last meeting are in order.
Move the Records Committee report be accepted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second that the Committee on Records report be accepted. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Communications. From Her Honor the Mayor, dear Honorable Councilors, I hereby appoint and ask for your confirmation of Mr. Nathan LaRose of 102 Day Street, Fitchburg, Massachusetts, as the Director of Recreation for a term to expire November 12, 2018. Mr. LaRose was recommended for the position by the Board of Park Commissioners following a thorough search by the Recreation Director Search Committee. Sincerely, Lisa A. Wong, Mayor.
President. I believe that's just a lot of information. According to the general laws and our ordinances, it's the Park Commission that has authority to hire and fire. So at this point, yes, it would be placed on file in the City Clerk's office.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to place it on file in the City Clerk's office. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Dear Honorable Councilors, I hereby appoint and ask your confirmation of the following individuals as firefighters. Jared C. Roy, 107 Summer Street, Fitchburg, Mass. Andrew R. Dowdy, 15 England Ave. Sincerely, Lisa A. Wong. Communications and reports from heads of departments. Councilors, you have a Department of Public Works letter to the mayor. Does everybody have this? We got one on there.
Is that the wastewater?
That is the wastewater consent decree, remedial measure funding, secondary systems upgrade projects.
I'd move that be referred to the Finance Committee. That has some substantial impacts on the city. I believe it mentioned possible rate increase and an $11 million deficit. I think we should hear more about that.
Second.
We have a motion second to send me as correspondence to the Finance Committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a communication from Jacqueline Correa, Cemetery Superintendent. I respectfully ask the City Property Committee to put the cemetery truck on the agenda to start the process to be scrapped. I've included pictures for your convenience. My hopes would be able to scrap vehicles as soon as possible. We are unable to move vehicles for snow removal. There is no reverse in the truck. Any questions, please do not hesitate to contact my office, Jacqueline R. Correa, Cemetery Superintendent. Property. Be sent to the Property Committee. Next is Anna Farrell, City Clerk, regarding late filed order. Dear councilors, please find the attached late filed order, which I respectfully request be admitted to the November 17, 2015 agenda and adopted under suspension of the rules. The order provides authorization to request special state legislation to allow the use of new ImageCast vote tabulators at the special state primary to be held in 2016. You may recall voting in October for the use of the new ImageCast vote tabulators. The vote specifically noted that the first use of the new voting equipment be at the March 1st, 2016 presidential primary. This was before it was known that a special state primary would be held prior to that in February. I've spoken with the Secretary of State's office and informed and am informed that the only way to change the specificity of the date is with the special state legislation. The current special election calendar calls for a special state primary on February 2nd, 2016, followed by a special state election to be held simultaneously with the presidential primary on March 1st, 2016. The dual election in March will pose a number of procedural challenges for the poll workers in my office, and I would prefer not to add yet another challenge of using new voting equipment for the first time. The Secretary of State's office must know in short order which voting equipment we will use in February. The coding and ballot preparation is dependent on the type of equipment used. Given the time required to obtain special legislation in the short time frame for the election calendar, I respectfully request that this order be granted under suspension of the rules. Representative Di Natale has assured me that he will address the matter immediately if the order is adopted. Please be aware that I was officially informed by the State Election Division on Tuesday afternoon after the preparation of the council agenda that Fitchburg would have a special state primary on February 2nd, 2016. Therefore, the need for this order could not be anticipated and included on the proposed agenda. I've spoken with the city solicitor, and for these reasons, we concur that the open meeting law favorably provides for the admission of this order. I will speak on this matter at the meeting on Tuesday night and will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you, Anna Farrell.
Move for
City Clerk.
suspension of the rules.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for suspension of the rules on the late filed order. All those in favor of suspension?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is before you.
Move the late filed order be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second that the late filed order be adopted. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Thank you. Moving forward to the agenda. Reports of committees, 2315, the annual report office of the Board of Health for the year ending December 31st,
Mr. President,
2013.
Move that the in report of the Board of Health for 2013-2014 be waived, the reading of the be waived and placed on file in the City Clerk's office.
Second.
Motion second that 22315 and 22415, the annual reports of the Board of Health for 2013 and 14, the reading be waived and they be placed on file in the clerk's office. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Appointments Committee, oral report. Councilor Bean.
Mr. President, the Fitchburg City Council Appointments Committee met tonight in full, with everybody, all members present. We had before us the new appointments for special state police officers for Fitchburg State College. The chief was here also, our chief, Chief Montano, speaking in behalf of it. All of the names before us were approved unanimously by the City Council.
Move the Appointments Committee report be accepted and the appointments confirmed.
Second.
We have a motion second that the Appointments Committee report be accepted and the appointments be confirmed. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous.
Just want to please note they are all here present tonight.
I will note that they're here, and we would ask them to stand and be sworn in by the city clerk in the well here. Gentlemen, ladies.
Yeah, we're going to face the camera that way, so.
Oh, let's see. We're gonna get out of there. I don't want to ruin the picture.
Would you all please raise your right hand and repeat after me to take an oath? I do solemnly promise and swear
I do solemnly promise and swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially,
and to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
perform and discharge all the duties
perform and discharge all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a special police officer
as a special police officer
for the city of Fitchburg,
for the city of Fitchburg.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, Chief. Congratulations, by the way.
Yes. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Unless you want to stick around, you can.
Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck to you guys.
Chief, thank you.
Next, the City Property Committee. Councilor Tran.
Thank you, Mr. President. The City Property Committee met on November 10th, 2015. There were 7 items on the agenda. Petition 232-14, Council Jody Joseph and residents of Goodfellow Drive to accept Goodfellow Drive as a public way. That petition was given a leave to withdraw. Petition 267-14, Councilor Joel Caddy, Amy Green, Angela Beazle, and Michael Kushmera to sell BS Brown School to CDC for $1. That petition was given a leave to withdraw. 15, order that the city-owned property located 1st Street and Railroad Street as outlined in the enclosed order be henceforth dedicated under Mass General Law, Chapter 45, Section 14, for park and playground purposes to be under the jurisdiction of the Park Board of Park Commissioners and maintained by the Parks Department. That petition was granted. Petition 178-15, Kevin D. Brooks, City Treasurer, to declare the parcel of land at 75 Fairmont Street as excess of the city's need and designate it to be a side yard sales program. That petition was granted. Petition 205-15, Kevin D. Brooks, City Treasurer, to request the city solicitor to draft a deed in lieu of foreclosure pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 60, Section 75C, for 4 parcels on Battle Avenue owned by Ariana Inc., 7 Laurel Hill Road, Sturbridge, Mass. 01566. That petition was granted. Petition 207-15, Ken J. Matson, President, to accept Downey Circle located within the Parker Hill subdivision as a public way. That petition was held in committee. Petition 215-15, James C. Pappas, Manager, Alex Developers, LLC, to accept Turkey Hill Road from Mount Elam, westerly approximate 500 feet to Goodfellow Drive as a public way. And 2, to accept Goodfellow Drive, a circular road at terminus of Turkey Hill Road, approximately 1,400 feet in length as a public way. That petition, too, was held in committee.
Will the Property Committee report be accepted?
Second.
Second.
Motion and second that the City Property Committee report be accepted. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Planning Board meeting, October 20th, 2015. 16515, the Fitchburg City Council to amend Chapter 181 of the Code of City of Fitchburg by adding language pertaining to registered marijuana dispensaries, adopting a new Section 181.64, registering marijuana dispensaries and registered medical marijuana manufacturing, adopting an overlay zone district where RMDS could be permitted by special permit from the Planning Board, allowing MMMs by special permit from the Planning Board in the industrial and limited industrial districts. 207-15, Kenneth J. Matson, President, to accept Downey Circle located within Parker Hill subdivision as a public way. Attorney George Watts will represent this matter. Withhold favorably recommendation until complete. 215-15, James C. Pappas, Manager, Alex Developments, to accept Turkey Hill Road from Mount Elam Road westerly approximately 500 feet to Goodfellow Drive as a public way, and accept Goodfellow Drive, a circular road at the terminus of Turkey Hill Road approximately 1,400 feet in length as a public way. Withhold favorably recommendation until complete.
Motion to accept the planning board report.
Second.
Motion is second to accept the Planning Board report. All those in favor? Councilor Dean Kelly?
On 16515, if I could just ask a question on that.
Certainly.
By adopting their report, we are in effect adopting what they have arrived at, an iteration.
If I might, Mr. President, I think what was anticipated is that upon the receipt of the report, then the matter would be before the council to vote on their proposed essential amendment to the petition that was originally submitted.
My intention, Counselor, is we're just accepting their report, and I will then schedule a meeting at which the council will vote on their recommendation. We can accept their recommendation, or we can amend it, we can do what we'd
I
like.
just wanted to make sure, that, because, okay, thank you.
Counselor Joseph.
I was under the understanding that zoning ordinances required a public hearing.
And you've had that hearing. In fact, I have to point out the fact that the council must vote on that petition, 16515, at the next meeting, either yay or nay on the amendment.
Because of
Because
the timeline.
because of the timeline. The hearing on this matter was closed roughly September, I believe it was September 15th. You have to vote on that petition to amend the zoning ordinance within 90 days of the close of the hearing. That would expire December 15th. So also, before you can vote on the amendment to the zoning, you have to get a report from the planning board. You now have the report from the planning board, and it would be before the council at the next council meeting, I presume, whether to vote the original petition or to vote to amend it to comport with the recommendations of the planning board.
So again, that wouldn't require public input if it, because we made a change?
No, you've already had that.
We vetted the change?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a motion to accept the planning board report of October 20th, 2015. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Orders Finance, 22515.
22515 up to including 23015 be sent to Finance Committee.
Motion is second at 22515 up to and including 23015 sent to Finance Committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Petitions.
3115 up to and including 23815 sent to the respective committees.
Second.
We have a motion is second that 23115 up to and including 23815 be sent to their respective committees, with 23315 going to a public hearing on January 7th, 2016. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is unanimous. Councilors, before we adjourn, if I could ask, I would like this body to take a moment of silence out of respect for the individuals who passed away tragically in Paris, France last Friday, and would hope that all of our thoughts are with those people and their families. Thank you. Thank you.
Motion adjourned.
Any other business?
Just like to let everyone know that tomorrow there will be a Ward 5 meeting at 6 p.m. at the fire station on North Street. Two subjects will be Our Roads, Our Future, and What is the Tax Shift? So, anyone's interested, come on down.
Here a second? Second. Motion is second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?